We are Tanner and Gina Hackle, and we are currently serving as board members of Synovation Valley Leadership Academy, also known as SVLA. When I started SVLA, I was unaware of a lot of things, and one of the things that we became aware of was just that our thoughts create our belief systems, which create our actions. And there were so many things that I learned. I thought that it would help me in the business, and I got to practice it at home because I realized some of the triggers that I had were from my children, and then how I would respond to them. And I became aware that how I was responding was not something I was proud of. And so as I started working on that and addressing my ability to respond with compassion, to respond with curiosity, instead of judgment, that my relationships with my kids improved, but then all those things that I would face at work, those started to resolve themselves as well, because you start with yourself first. You see, what are my triggers? What are the things that I'm believing that are unhelpful and holding me back? And as we work them out of our lives, like peeling an onion, relationships improve. And that's what I'm noticing most of all, and the impact that Synovation Valley Leadership has had in my life. And it's been powerful, it's been freeing, and I'm far more joyful, and I'm having more fun.
And as we look towards those pieces of finding that emotional freedom and that peace that we strive to have, and it's something that it impacts every aspect of, again, culture, life, church, and that has been, I know for us, I couldn't say that it's been unique, something that I didn't expect, and especially for a community like ours, to have that here has been an awesome experience, and we're looking forward to seeing that continue. One of the things that I think is the most valuable is leaning into that leadership development as we consider what builds the buildings and what builds the other aspects of a local community and adds to that culture, whether it's the schools, the churches, and other organizations, is helping people have the freedom emotionally to dream and to see the possibilities and to know why they live where they live. As we can help people think about and dream and have emotional freedom and notice belief systems or patterns that may not be helpful and open up that thought of what we can create, I feel that then we begin to develop financial wealth, and which then can move towards, building better schools, churches, and community centers, as well as just a home and a family life, and a centered around a small community that most culture, wherever they're from, they really enjoy and they thrive on that.
I go back to my kids too, helping kids relearn the joy of learning. And we learn practices about that, about it's all about slowing our brain down and understanding that life is huge, it's full, it's beautiful, and we get to enjoy the process and the journey.
Coming through the COVID this year, it made us very aware of the need for our online platform, our virtual experience. And so this year was new for us in that we'd always been completely in-house with every participant. And so as we step in this year, we played with a number of virtual platforms, different technology, and it worked well, but it made us aware that going into this next year, coming over the summer months, we want to make this virtual experience feel very in-house. We want to make sure, though, that with this, it's a unique experience with our coach, the way that Dr. D runs this. And so it's very much participant involvement. And so for those online, we want to make sure that the whole room can be heard, the whole room can hear those online as well, and then both video and to capture the room, as well as the coach, to make sure that's done with excellence. It doesn't matter whether it's just wanting to improve relationships at home, yourself, as we've talked, developing a team, business, if you're participating in a church organization or any other organization that you want us to dream about and see it move further, I encourage people to jump in and see what impact it can have in your life and in your culture. take advantage of it. It's here locally, and it's world-class education. You know, we've got a coach here. She writes for Forbes magazine, so I mean, there's a lot of value in having that. And it's so cool to have that in Valley County, and so note that and take part in it, and realize that you are, you know, for the cost of it, it's probably only about a tenth of what it would cost to do it in other places. And you don't have to travel. You can get that right here. So check it out, synovationvalleyleadership.org.